Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be talking about and doing my review on Swades. So Swades, We the People is a 2004 Hindi film starring Shah Rukh Khan in the lead role. So Swades, as I understand, also means homeland in the Hindi language. The story for Swades was co-written by M.G. Satya and Ashutosh Gorekar, who is also the director of the movie, and it was produced by Ashutosh Gorekar Productions. The music for the movie was composed by A.R. Rahman, and it was produced for a budget of 250 million Indian rupees or 25 crores. So 1 crore is 10 million rupees. And the movie was released on the 17th of December 2004 with a runtime of 195 minutes or 3 hours and 9 minutes. So before we go into the story, let's take a look at the cast. So the cast goes as follows. We have Shah Rukh Khan as Mohan Bhargav. Mohan is a project manager on the Global Precipitation Measurement Program at NASA. Gayatri Joshi as Geeta or Gitli, which is her nickname given to her by Mohan. Kishori Ballal as Kaverima. Makaran Deshpande as Fakir the traveller, who guides Mohan on his way. Rajesh Vivek Upadhyay as Nivaran. Nivaran Dayal Sri, the postman. Farooq Jaffer as Fatima B. Lek Tandon as Dadaji. So Dadaji is the chief of the village that Mohan will visit in the movie. And also following that, we have Daya Shankar Pandey as Melaram, the eatery owner, an eatery owner and a person who befriends Mohan during his journey. Smith Sheth as Nandan or Chiku. So Nandan or Chiku is Gayatri Joshi, or rather Geeta's younger brother. Bachchan Pachera as Haridas. Vishnu Dutt Gaur as Mr. Vishnu Dutt, a Panchayat member. Vishwa Bada as Panch Munishwar. Bhim Bakani as Panch Narayan. Dilip Ambekar as Panch Hariya. Raja Awasti as Panch Gungadin. Rahul Vora as Vinod Ras. Rajesh Balwani as Rahul Sinha. Peter Rowley as John Stockton. Mayuri Bagadi as Bookstore Girl. Okay, so that will be the cast of the movie. So now let's take a look at the story of the movie. So the story goes as follows. So Shah Rukh Khan, Mohan rather played by Shah Rukh Khan, is missing Kaverima. So he is a successful scientist at NASA, and he is doing a project to measure the global precipitation of the Earth, and so he is a important member of the team and the organization behind this project. So he is leading a rather successful life in the United States with his job, and his lifestyle is very modern. He lives in a well furnished apartment, and so he has a rather luxurious we can say that he has a luxurious lifestyle. And there will be a scene in the movie where he stands at the balcony and that will show a great view of the place where he's staying. So it shows a good city view, so we can know that he's doing quite well in his life. So Mohan is doing well, but he's missing Kaverima. So Kaverima is his nanny who helped to raise him when he was a young child, and she is living back in India. So as Mohan is missing Kaverima, he travels to the old age home where she's supposed to be staying at, and so he applies for leave at his job at NASA, and he takes time to go travel to India and find Kaverima. So first he goes to the old age home where he presumes that she is still staying there, but he finds out that she is not living there anymore. And the people at the old age home tell him that she has gone to this particular village called Charanpur, and that and that he can go there to find her. So Mohan meets his friend who owns a bookshop after he goes to the old age home, and he coincidentally meets with Geeta there. So Geeta is the heroine of the movie. So he does not know that she is Geeta, his childhood friend. So they have a small exchange during which he expresses his admiration for how she behaved, and she senses that she might be there to bring Kaverima back to the US with him, as he introduces himself, but she does not introduce herself also. So she knows who he is, but he does not really know who she is yet. So she purposely confuses him by giving him wrong directions to go to Charanpur. The friend arranges for RV for Mohan, so which he takes and travels along the direction which Geeta had given him, and he comes to a kind of a crossroads, maybe the two lanes, and there's a traveler who is coming up one of the lanes, and he asks the traveler for the direction, so which way is going to Charanpur, and the traveler says that whoever gave you directions gave you the wrong directions. So the traveler also says that I can show you the way if you also give me a lift in your RV. So Mohan accepts to give him a lift in exchange for the directions, and during their travel from where they met to the village, there is a song, a rather beautiful song, which is composed by A.R. Rahman. So this will be the first song of the movie. I believe this song is called I'm not too sure which one is it, but it is a rather beautiful song, and the lyrics are very motivational and encouraging. So they travel to the song, and Mohan says goodbye to the traveler at one point as the traveler gets down and goes on his own way. So after that, Mohan reaches the village and reunites with Kaverima. So he meets also firstly Nandan, so the brother of Geeta called Chico, and he brings him to the house where they stay with Kaverima. So he finds out that Geeta is his childhood friend Gately, and that she and her brother stay with Kaverima in the house that he brought him to. And he finds out that Geeta runs a school in Charanpur and works very hard to improve the villagers' living conditions through education. He also gets to know that the village is divided by caste and religious beliefs, and Geeta clearly does not like Mohan being there, as she believes he will take Kaverima away, leaving her and her brother Chiku alone here. So Mohan does ask Kawirima, will you like to come with me to the US? And she does not refuse straight away. Instead, she says, I need some time to think about it. And she also says that she needs to get Geeta married first, as she believes that it is her responsibility. And Geeta, the character Geeta, believes in women empowerment and gender equality. So this impresses and attracts Mohan, and he tries to campaign for education among backward communities and for girls. So we see him in scenes where he goes to promote the education for backward communities and for girls. And also he befriends Melaram. So Melaram is a kind of a comedic character in this movie. So Melaram is a person who owns a eatery in the village, and he aspires to be a what we call a diner owner in the United States. So he befriends Mohan, and he asks him how is are there food shops in the US along the highways and such, and would you like to be a partnership with me 50-50? Then Mohan is quite amused, but he also is impressed by Melaram's cooking. So Melaram can cook, does cook pretty well. So he says, okay, I will consider it. So Mohan also befriends villagers Nivaran, the mailman, and both Melaram and Nivaran both support the campaign that Mohan is doing. And Mohan also wins the attention of Dadaji, a kind village chief. Slowly, as Mohan and Geeta get to know each other better, they have little fights like those kind of Tom and Jerry fights, so little they annoy each other a little bit, they get on each other's nerves, and but slowly love blossoms between Mohan and Geeta. And Kavirima asks Mohan to visit a nearby village named Kodi and collect money from a man named Haridas. So this man Haridas, he owes Geeta's family money. Mohan goes to the village, and he finds out that Haridas is a poor farmer and that he is also unable to even provide food for his children every day. So he sees the condition that Haridas is in and that his family is in. He was a weaver, but he changed his profession to farming, which resulted in him being ostracized by the villagers. They also denied him water for the crops, and as such all of the crops had gone to waste. So he is struggling very pitifully, and Mohan is very sad to see Haridas's situation. So Haridas and his family give him food even though they themselves do not have enough to eat. So this touches Mohan in a very deep way. Mohan gives him some money and decides to return to Charanpur. He realizes that there are many villages across India which are like this, and he decides to do something for Charanpur. Mohan calls his colleague, or rather his colleague calls Mohan, and Mohan extends his leave to because he has planned something that he wants to do for the village. He knows that electricity inconsistency and power cuts are a big problem in Charanpur, and with the help of the villagers, Mohan sets up a small hydroelectric power generator for Charanpur. So we see a scene here where the villagers are eagerly waiting to see whether the generator will work, and we see a scene where the light bulb comes on in the old lady's home, and we see that it has become a success. So that is one of the we can say that it is a highlight of the movie. So it is a very memorable scene from the movie. After this, Dadaji's health deteriorates and he passes away. So Mohan has achieved what he wanted to do in the village so far, but the time has come for him to return back because his colleagues need him, and his job requires him to come back immediately to work on the project. So Mohan has to return to the US to work on the project. So he asked Kaverima to come with him to the US, but she says that she cannot live with him as she has already reached a certain age, so she is in her old age, and that it will be very difficult for her to change her habits and to adjust to such a new place in the US. And so Mohan reluctantly agrees to let her stay in the village, and he also asked Geeta to go with him, but Geeta refuses as he also knew that she would refuse because Geeta has her own ideas and she wants to do more for the village and also for the community, and her heart is in the village, and she wants to educate the young children over there. So both Kaurima and Geeta tell him that they cannot go with him, and he reluctantly leaves them behind. So Mohan goes back to the US and he works on the project, but he feels that something is missing all during this time. He has flashbacks of his time in India and in Charanpur, and he wishes to return. So we see him in scenes where he is looking at a kind of a souvenir gift box that Geeta gave him, and he is also thinking about Kavirima. We see him staring into out of the window, the kind of scenes where he's at NASA and he's staring blankly into space, thinking about something. So he misses his time in India and in Charanpur, and he misses the people that he bonded with during his journey, and he wishes to return. And we have I would say this is the best song of the movie, Ye Jo Des He Tera. This, I do not know the exact lyrics of or rather I do not remember the exact lyrics, but it is a very patriotic song which evokes the emotion of the listener, and it's sung by the fantastic composer and singer A.R. Rahman. So his voice has a kind of quality to evoke or rather touch your emotion and bring it out, and this song clearly does that. And so after this, Mohan successfully completes his project, and he makes up his mind to resign from his job. So he tells his colleague, and his colleague's first response was, "Are you crazy? Because you are in such a good position, you can continue to go higher and higher. So do you want to just leave it?" And furthermore, he has already been there for so long. He has settled into the lifestyle. Do you really want to leave everything and start anew? And Mohan says that yes, he has made up his mind, and he is following his heart this time. So he says goodbye to his colleagues at NASA and returns to India with the intentions of working at the Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, from where he can also work with NASA during projects or on projects. And so the film ends by showing Mohan living in the village of Charanpur and having a wrestling contest with his friend Nivaran, the postman. So everyone is surrounding them, and it is kind of near a small pond or a lake. And once the contest is done rather, Geeta looks at Shah Rukh Khan, Mohan, with his mud all over his body, and she gestures for him to go and clean himself up. And so Mohan goes to sit down near by the lake or by the pond, and everyone, also whoever was wrestling, goes to clean themselves up. And so the film ends there by panning out and showing the aerial shot of the pond and the village, the surroundings. So that was really rather nice, rather pleasant way to end the movie. So it shows everyone being happy. So by the end of the movie, I'm sure the audience will feel good by the way it ends. Okay, so now let's look at the commercial and success and the reaction to Swades. So before that, I'll just tell you some of the details that I missed out on earlier. So Swades has a screenplay by Ashutosh Gowarikar, Ayan Mukherjee and Samir Sharma, Lalit Marathi, Amin Haji and Charlotte Whitby Coles, and also Yashdeep Nigudkar. The dialogue was written by K.P. Saxena. It has cinematography by Mahesh Ani and was edited by Balu Saluja. And the movie was distributed by UTV Motion Pictures. So the commercial success and the reaction to Swades. So commercially, Swades was not a big movie. It did 15 crores at the box office and was deemed a failure. However, it received rave reviews from critics. At the 50th Filmfare Awards, Swades received 8 nominations and won 2 for Best Actor for Shah Rukh Khan and Best Background Score for A.R. Rahman. Despite its commercial failure, Swades is regarded as a film that was ahead of its time and also a cult classic of Hindi cinema. It is regarded as one of the best films in Shah Rukh Khan's filmography and also as one of the best performances by Shah Rukh Khan. So here are some critic reviews that I managed to find online, and these are from the Wikipedia page of Swades. So Subhash K. Jha of India Times Movies gave the film 4.5 stars out of 5 and said that Swades is a unique experiment with grassroots realism. Mayank Shekhar from Midday gave it 4 stars, stating, "I cannot think of a better film for the longest that deserved a stronger recommendation for both touring cinemas of India's villages and plush multiplexes of Mumbai or Manhattan." And so it is worthy to note that while Swades earned 15.25 crores at the net box office in India, it made 2,790,000 at the overseas box office market. So the lifetime worldwide gross of Swades was 34.26 crores or US $4.3 million. Swades has also won many awards, and the awards go as follows. So these are awards from the National Film Awards. Best Playback Singer, Udit Narayan for Ye Tara Wo Tara. Best Cinematography, Mahesh Ane. This is at the Global Indian Film Awards. Best Actor, Shah Rukh Khan. Best Newcomer, Gayatri Joshi at the Zee Cine Awards. Best Director, Critics, Ashutosh Gowarikar. Best Female Debut, Gayatri Joshi. Best Story, Ashutosh Gowarikar. Best Sound Re-Recording, Hitendra Ghosh. This is at the Star Screen Awards. Most Promising Female Newcomer, Gayatri Joshi. This is at the Stardust Awards. Dream Director, Ashutosh Gowarikar. This is at the Bollywood Movie Awards. Best Female Debut, Gayatri Joshi. This was at the Film Cafe Awards. And the legacy of the character of, or the legacy of the movie and the character. The character Mohan Bhargav as the scientist is reprised again in the 2022 Hindi film Brahmastra Part 1 Shiva. So the movie stars Ranbir Kapoor and Alia Bhatt. Alia Bhatt. Also, I believe it stars Amitabh Bachchan and Nagarjuna also, and Mauni Roy. So this was confirmed by the director Ayuan Mukherjee that it is the same character. So next we'll look at the Swades album on Spotify. So we have Yetara Watara, sung by Udit Narayanan, Master Vignesh, Baby Miss Pooja and kids. Next, Sun Warrior, sung by Alka Yagnik. Next, Yunki Chalachal, sung by Udit Narayan, Hariharan and Kailashkar. Next, Ahista Ahista, sung by Udit Narayan and Sadhana Sargam. Next, Ye Jo Des Hai Tera, the instrumental version. This is by A.R. Rahman. Next, Pal Pal Hai Bari, sung by Madhushri, Vijay Prakash and Ashutosh Gowarikar. Next, Dekona, sung by Alka Yagnik and Udit Narayan. Next, Ye Jo Des Hai Tera, sung by A.R. Rahman. And the last one will be Pal Pal Hai Bari, the flute version by Madhushri, Vijay Prakash and Ashutosh Gowarikar. So the total is 9 songs and it comes up to 53 minutes and 21 seconds. So if you would like to give it a listen, you can check it out on Spotify, or you can also search for Swades songs on YouTube. And now we come to the review, my own experience watching the movie. So what I like about the movie is this is one of the most wholesome movies that I have watched, and there is no kind of sex or nudity or violence in the movie. It is a very real story. It is something that could happen in real life, and the scenes in the movie are also very real. So there is no scene in the movie that I think is too imaginative or too dreamy. So everything seems like it can happen in real life. So that connects with me more, as I feel that it is a relatable story that I can see in real life happening too. There are very strong messages in the movie. For this is a very patriotic movie, so it touches on the emotions of people who are living abroad. So if you are an Indian citizen or you have emigrated and you are staying abroad, it will touch on your emotion. As for me, I'm what do you call NRI? Wasn't born in or raised in India, but I'm Indian by ethnicity. So even though I haven't been to India in my whole life yet, so and even though I have not been to India yet, watching this movie made me feel like I have to go and visit India at least once in my lifetime. So it has that kind of very wholesome feel, and it evokes the emotions at certain points when you see the characters are poor, some characters being in poverty, some characters having their religious or caste issues, and some characters are like Gita's character. So she was very forward thinking. She's about women empowerment and about equality. And Mohan's character is about he is also a motivator. he wants to help, he wants to improve the living conditions of people, and he wants to help people. So there is a very positive character, and everyone gave great performances in this movie, especially Shah Rukh Khan. So Shah Rukh Khan is the lead role in the movie. He gave a great performance, and I would say that this is probably the most wholesome movie, or one of the best movies that I've seen featuring Shah Rukh Khan in it, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone. If you are a Shah Rukh Khan fan, I would definitely recommend you to watch this movie if you have not yet watched it. So it is not the usual kind of romance, or there is romance in the movie. There are some romantic scenes, but it is not the kind of usual blockbuster or action or romance movie. It is a very real kind of story. It is a very emotional story. So I would recommend you to watch Swades if you have not yet watched it. And overall, I would say that I could give this movie 10 out of 10, just for the great performances, for the wholesome feel of it, the strong messages. There is some humor, there is some romance in it. There's great music by A.R. Rahman. There's a great background score, and the cinematography, the filming of the movie is done brilliantly too. So everything, at some part it feels like a documentary, at some part it feels like a movie. I would describe it that way too. So overall, I would give the movie 10 out of 10. And if you would like to watch Swades, you can go to Netflix and do a quick search for Swades. So Swades available for streaming on Spotify. If you have not yet watched Swades, you can go to Netflix and do a quick search for Swades, and you can watch the movie. So we have come to the end of this video. What do you think? Have you watched Swades yet, or are you planning to watch Swades? Do let me know in the comments, and if you have any other feedback or comments that you want to share with me, you can leave them in the comments too. So that will be all for now, and thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your time and for your attention. So until the next one, take care and goodbye.